If you run IBM Langflow, ForgeCode for AI pair programming, or SigNoz with single sign-on, check versions and exposure now. Today's practical risk is serious. Exposed AI workflow servers may allow administrative access or remote code execution. Developer CLIs may run repository-defined MCP servers, and observability portals may leak session tokens. Patch first, restrict internet exposure, rotate secrets and tokens where appropriate, and preserve logs for review. First, CVE-2026-9103 affects IBM Langflow OSS versions 1.0.0 through 1.10.0 and is rated critical at CVSS 9.8. NBD says improper authentication in the auto-login endpoint can issue long-lived superuser bearer tokens without requiring authentication when auto-login is enabled. It also notes permissive cross-origin settings can increase token exposure risk. For defenders, this is not theoretical configuration trivia. Langflow often connects prompts, flows, tools, credentials, and backend integrations. If a Langflow instance is reachable by untrusted users, verify your version, apply IBM guidance, disable unsafe auto-login behavior, restrict the service behind trusted access, rotate exposed tokens, and review administrative events. Second, CVE-2026-8476 affects IBM Langflow OSS 1.0.0 through 1.10.0 and is rated critical at CVSS 9.9. NBD describes unsafe deserialization in the disk-based cache where cached objects can be processed without validation, integrity verification, or authentication. The defensive message is simple: do not treat AI workflow state as harmless data. It may influence server-side execution. Update: isolate the Langflow server process, limit who can write components or workflow data, check file system permissions, and look for unexpected custom components or cache changes. Third, CVE-2026-13448 affects IBM Langflow OSS 1.0.0 through 1.10.1 and is rated high at CVSS 8.1. NBD describes unauthenticated remote code execution in a public flow build endpoint because validation did not block several code execution agent components. If you publish or share flows, prioritize this patch. Disable public flow building paths that are not required, put Langflow behind authentication, and monitor for unusual flow builds, new components, or unexpected outbound connections. Fourth, CVE 2026-57860 affects ForgeCode, an AI pair programming CLI. NBD describes automatic loading and execution of MCP servers defined by a repository on startup, without user confirmation. The risk is to developers evaluating untrusted repositories. Tool definitions inside the repo can become local process execution with the developer's privileges. Update ForgeCode, avoid starting AI coding CLIs inside untrusted folders, review repository automation files before use, and run evaluation work in disposable sandboxes. Fifth, CVE 2026-63094 affects SigNoz through 0.133.0 and is rated high at CVSS 8.1. NVD describes an SSO open redirect issue that can allow session token theft on instances configured with Google OAuth, SAML, or OIDC. Observability systems often contain production telemetry and operational context. Update: confirm the fixed SSO behavior, rotate potentially exposed sessions, and review login redirects and unusual token activity. The pattern across these CVEs is clear: AI and operations tooling are now part of the control plane. They connect identity, code execution, workflow automation, model pipelines, and production observability. Defenders should inventory exposed services, patch affected versions, require authentication, reduce public reachability, rotate secrets when exposure is plausible, monitor administrative changes, and document which agent or workflow features are allowed in production. This briefing is defensive only and includes no exploit code, payloads, or step-by-step attack instructions. Official source links are in the description.